Hey guys, this is Boston Chris with the ETX ROCKS Show, and this is another great episode of ETX Rocks featuring Lulu and the Black Sheep.
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX rocks, ETX rocks.
Hey guys, I'm Louise with the ETX ROCKS Show, and today I'm here with Lulu VanTuckett, and she's also brought Alan Wayne Nichols and Doghouse Dave Stopani with her. Together they make Lulu and the Black Sheep. Now, with a voice that is sweet, sultry, and sassy, Lulu definitely puts her own flavor into music, which you guys will be able to see for yourselves here in just a minute. So guys, thank y'all so much for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
So I understand that you guys are going to play a couple of songs for us for the show today. Why don't you tell us about the first song?
This is a song that Alan wrote, Drunken Fool, and actually, when we perform it, it is going to be the first time that we've performed it for another human. So
Yeah, today's the first time.
we'll
Today's the first
see.
time.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
So for the first time ever, this is Drunken Fool by Lulu and the Black Sheep.
I'm a drunken fool, still stumbling around, trying to forget about all the things that are bringing me down. I'm sleeping inside here, I ain't gaining no ground. And before I get my feel, leave my down. I'm a drunken fool.
are back. That was Drunken Fool by Lulu and the Black Sheep. So, Alan, you wrote that song.
I did.
All right, but you're not the only songwriter in this group, are you?
No, I'm not.
All right. So, Lulu, you write your own songs quite a bit.
Not quite a bit. I've just started dabbling in the songwriting. I've wanted to, but I just finally wrote my first song, and it is another song that we're going to perform, which is Letter to Myself. But I haven't really had to because he's written so many amazing songs. I also take a lot of songs that I'm inspired by, a lot of old blues songs, Ray Charles and Fats Domino, Memphis Minnie. I love Memphis Minnie. A lot of the 30s through 50s blues. Hank Williams, some Waylon Jennings, stuff like that.
Lulu makes all those songs her own, though. She has a great knack for using her voice and her talent to really make those old songs, remake them into something new and something a little bit different. And that's can really be fun about covering some of those old songs.
Yeah, sure. I like to interpret what it is that I feel, what it makes me feel in each song. I like to make it my own and interpret what it is that I feel.
Well, we're really excited about Letter to Myself, which is her first really solo writing deal.
Yeah.
First song she's written, and we're behind it 100%, and we love playing it and love to perform it. So we hope everybody else enjoys it out there too.
Yeah.
One of the great things about the songs that you select to cover is it's like you're just bringing those old ghosts back to life.
Yeah.
There's not enough of those older influences. I mean, we kind of throw back to the 80s and even back into the 50s and 60s, but there's not a lot of attention being brought to the songs that are even before that time, before recordings and radio were a huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those songs are kind of more real, more raw.
Right.
A way,
And that's pretty much most of what I listen to. And so that is my world. That's, if you go to my studio at work, and I'm listening to the same 600 blues songs over and over again. That's my world. And so that's real to me. I mean, that's my present.
Speaking of work, that's something that you and Alan have in common, is you're not only both phenomenal singers, but you're also a tattoo artist like Alan is.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you decide to become a tattoo artist?
Well, I've been an artist since I could hold a pencil. Since I was little. I was drawing our family's Christmas cards at 6. I think older or younger than that. And Alan has been tattooing for a very long time. He had been tattooing for a long time when we first got together, and it just came up. Do you want a tattoo? One night when I was tattooing a friend, a little intoxicated, and I said sure. And so
and off you
here
went.
we are.
That's it. That's how it began, and you just haven't stopped.
So that's how that happened.
Yeah.
What sort of other visual arts are you involved in?
I wish that I was still painting more, but I'm not. I love to paint, but I don't really have much time for it anymore. I spend a lot of time on either, if we're not on the road, then I am designing for my clients, because I do everything custom. Probably 99% of what I do is custom, and I spend a lot of time on my designs for my clients.
Yeah, she had to stop rehearsal the other night because she wanted to go design. She's like, "Can I go do
I
some
wanted
design
to,
work
yeah.
now? Have you guys had enough of me playing these songs?"
Yeah, because I could see myself. I am going to be up until 2 working on my design for tomorrow. So.
Well, I understand how that works. When you're an artist, sometimes inspiration strikes you, and if you don't jump on it quickly, then that can fade. That mood that you're in, that tone, can fade, and then you can't recreate it when you're in a different mood or at a different time.
Yeah, and I wish that would happen more in writing songs, but it does for this guy. He's an incredible songwriter. He's a phenomenal songwriter, and it just kind of pours out of him.
Yes.
I agree.
So many songs to choose from that Alan's written.
I know. Yeah.
Well, I think that'll change in time. I think once you work on it a little bit more,
Yeah.
it's like every other style of art, whether you're painting,
Right.
tattooing, drawing, it takes practice as well.
Yeah.
making time for it and just focusing on that.
Just finding your flow with it, what works for you as
Yeah, and
as a writer.
it for this song, for Letter to Myself, it took. I am a tiny bit of a perfectionist, and it took me getting over that initial fear of it not being perfect and just just writing it down and going with it, and I'm very pleased with it, as a little bit of a perfectionist.
I can tell you as a fan, it does not sound like a first song.
Okay, awesome.
It definitely doesn't. It sounds like there's a lot more experience and a lot more soul behind it. Well, Alan, as the main songwriter with this group, how much influence have you had on Lulu when it comes to her songwriting?
Not as much as I'd like to have had. No, I think mostly I just give her plenty to write about. Plenty of subject matter.
That's right.
That could go so many different
That
ways.
is very true. But he inspires me a lot in his songwriting and his ease of songwriting. And
Seems easy.
Yeah, you make it look easy.
you really do.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's really good at it. Is he good at it? Have I
He's
said
pretty
that
good at it.
enough?
He's
Is
pretty
he good
at
at
He's
it?
pretty good at it.
Is he a good songwriter?
Yeah.
So now we've had Alan and Dave on here previously for other episodes, and
And that sounded really good. I loved that.
you guys should definitely check
Yeah.
those out. So why don't you guys give a real quick recap of some of the other roles that you... why don't you guys give us a quick recap of some of the other projects that you guys have going on?
Oh yeah, well we got the Outbound Train.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Outbound
with
Train, that's
with Kevin Blaylock. He rounds out that group. We have a lot of fun with the Outbound Train.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Doghouse, you got what, double nickel
Yeah,
band?
I had the double nickel band with John Fox and David Smith there for a little bit. When $37 Trio comes to town, sometimes I play with them. I used to be in the Darby Warren project for a few years, and that's pretty much it for me. I play with a lot of different people. I'm just the bass player, so I can kind of fit in pretty easily with a lot of folks. But I do love playing with these two. That's why I'm in 2 bands with them, essentially. We like to hop in the van and hit the road, and sometimes I got to go without me. So we're happy that Black Sheep ended up being the same singular or plural. It worked out really well.
It accidentally worked
That was a
out.
happy accident, yeah.
Because sometimes when they go on tour for long periods of time, I'm not able to go, and then it's just Lulu and the Black Sheep instead of Lulu and the Black Sheep. So it works out really well.
Well, Lulu, something that might surprise a lot of people that have seen you perform is that you struggle with anxiety issues.
Yeah. I just got kind of anxious just now. Yeah, I have social anxiety. Sometimes it's debilitating, or I don't know if I would say debilitating, but I just did. I have social anxiety, and I didn't really realize it until I got sick and I had to quit drinking as much as I did. I was using alcohol kind of as a crutch, to cope with the crowd. Now, performing, I'm fine because that I'm away from the crowd, the conversations, the small talk. That, like, small talk to me kind of is equivalent to being stabbed, and I hate it that it is, but I've been in situations where I've had 3 or 4 people come up to me at once when I didn't have time to mentally prepare and transition to be around a crowd, and had a group of people run up to me, and I turned around and ran straight to my car and hid. But I have gotten way better at coping with it, just realizing that I had the issue. But yeah.
What sort of tools do you use to cope with anxiety?
Right now, I'm taking a medication that's a beta blocker, and so it's not. There's no side effects at all, so it doesn't, make me feel groggy or anything. It just lowers your blood pressure, and so that panic feeling, it just eliminates that. And actually, what it does is that what alcohol would do is take away that fear of saying the wrong thing or not being able to say what I needed to at the time, or feel like I'm being attacked. Alcohol would take all of that away and also add the not caring what I say, so then I would walk around telling people my chickens' names and stuff, and stuff that people really didn't want to know, relentlessly.
Kind of a little too far on the other side of the
and
pendulum.
now this just takes away that fear, and but I'm not taken back for 3 or 4 days afterwards, like I am with the alcohol. It just kills me for the next few days.
So it kind of just gives you this balance, kind of like a square one, where you can build from there.
It just completely takes that that fear away, that anxiety.
Well, struggling with this anxiety, what probably most of your life, what made you to decide that you wanted to perform?
I've always loved singing. And when I was little, I would walk around singing in my yard to the frogs, like I was in my little Disney shows, twirling around. I'm really embarrassed that I just said that. It was because I took a beta blocker before I got here.
Twirling around. Yeah. We haven't heard one chicken's name yet.
What was the question?
What inspired you to go ahead and perform in public, knowing that you struggle with the anxiety?
Well, and growing up, I always visualized myself singing. Like, I would just visualize myself performing to a crowd, singing in a microphone, because I love to sing. And I actually learned how to play the guitar just to back up my vocals. And so, like I was saying, the performing, singing in front of the crowd, that does not bother me at all. I look forward to that because that is my barrier from the small talk, the crowd. It's being, I don't know why, but it's conversation. It's
a way of communicating.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, without having to do
It's
all
more
the small talk and all the...
Right, it is. It's
having people in your personal space,
right.
And things like that.
I kind of have gotten used to people looking at me because I'm kind of flashy. And so I've learned to, block that out. That doesn't bother me. And I just love to sing. And so I think I would rather people hear me then look at me. Not that I mind people looking at me, but I really want people to hear what I have to sing.
Of course, you've had a lot of people encouraging you to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're always encouraging her to perform
Mm-hmm.
because we love to hear her sing.
When it
Thank you.
Yes.
when it first started happening, when I first learned the guitar to start singing, these guys, it was Lulu and the Vipers. Before it was Lulu and the Vipers, they said, we got to back her up, so that she'll
that
have the
was
confidence.
me and Jeremy,
she'll have the confidence to perform, because I was a wreck. I would have to drink a lot. Just
drink a whole bottle and put on some dark shades.
Yeah, and which is not good. I mean, it didn't
You can only
end
do
up
that so
well
many times.
at all. Not any
Wasn't
times.
Wasn't bad.
Until it was bad.
Yeah.
Wasn't bad till it was bad.
That's right.
So do you feel like there was an internal struggle between your fear and your dream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yes. It is a yes or no question. Yes.
But dreams went out, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm stubborn, and I don't let any motherfucker hold me down.
Strong. Very strong.
Well, another, I guess, an extension of this dream of performing has been to tour for you. And you've been working really hard. You guys have been working really hard on fulfilling that dream. So how is that going?
It's great. It is great. That was something that I was concerned with. We were both concerned with the anxiety. But it's a lot easier out of my home, out of my element, because I can be as weird as I need to be.
Oh, where you're a stranger.
Yeah.
Right,
that's
exactly.
You may never see those people again.
Right.
Hopefully you do, though, next year.
Hopefully you do.
Yeah.
Coming back through.
That's right.
But that pressure isn't there, and so I can just be as relaxed as possible, as I need to be comfortable.
And also all the, the downtime when we're on the road, the time off when we're not in the clubs playing shows, we get to check out our great country, state parks and things like that.
We're very explorative.
Yeah. Pretty adventurous, I guess.
Adventurous, yeah, is a good word for it.
So one of my favorite parts of touring is, I love playing the shows, of course, but I also love just being able to experience America, by road and, check it out.
Yeah, when I met y'all, you weren't so much there yet, but over time, I got to watch them shed so much of their stuff,
belongings,
and their bills, and their things that were holding them back from really doing what they wanted to do. And it seemed like the two of you really found a lot of freedom in being able to go tour the country, which is, it's not easy.
No,
it's not easy.
It's not easy, but we
do.
neither of us would ever want an easy life.
Right.
An easy life, time in the easy chair it's not appealing to us.
Right.
Nothing worthwhile is easy.
That's right. That's what
Right.
they say, isn't it?
So what are some of your favorite experiences that you've had out on tour?
Well, Palo Duro Canyon. We didn't get a gig in Amarillo, so we just spent 2 days off at Palo Duro Canyon. That was nice. That was super cool.
It was great. Yeah, we took a hike. The second day that we were there, we hiked up the hardest trail there is, which was 600-foot hike up this canyon.
It's like 6 miles, 600-foot elevation.
Yeah.
You lost me at hikes.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. I can't stop. I just have to keep going. And I hiked up in these boots.
Wow.
And
Perfect hiking boots.
Yeah.
but
Thrift store cowboy boots.
they were more comfortable than his Docs. He was like, my feet, they hurt, which...
There goes that endorsement. Thanks.
I don't want it.
Switch it back to
$40.
back to Red Wings.
$40. Up a canyon.
Yeah.
There was in Moab, Utah.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful.
We toured out west this winter in February, and we're in Utah, and Utah surprised me. I did not expect this at all. So it's in the middle of the night. We had another bass player with us, Ryan
broke string.
And for this whole tour, and we're pitch black. We're trying to find this campsite.
We're driving up the side of a mountain.
And it is, we hit a little bit of snow, and then it turns into a little more.
Well, next thing you know, we're in the snowbank. We're stuck. It's after dark. We're in Moab. We're ready for dinner. Yeah.
And
so we pull out the tip bucket.
Why don't you tell it?
All right. So we pull out the tip bucket and start digging snow from the tires. She's got the Chihuahua zipped up in her jacket, breaking sticks off trees, shoving them under the tires. And after about 4 tries of us getting it ready and then them pushing while I go backwards, we finally got it out of the snowbank. And they walked down while I just slowly backed the van down until we got out of the snow. And then
Ryan and I, we're running after the van. He's just coasting backwards. We're running after the van, and all of a sudden we just stop because the stars in the sky just were surreal.
Yeah.
We just had to stop. And then we get back in the van, make it to the campsite that we'd passed however many times. We wake up the next morning and we're surrounded by this absolute beauty, which looks to me like just the desert. And it's crazy that was a mile away from a foot and a half, 2 feet of snow that we got stuck in. And then we recorded, I set up my phone, a couple of phones and an iPad, and recorded a video out there of my own fate.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ryan and I got up that morning, made coffee. It was 29 degrees or 23 degrees. And we're like, oh, that's where we got stuck, right up there.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get out of that?
Yeah.
Guys, this is episode 257 with Lulu and the Black Sheep, and we will be right back after a word from an independent artist.
Hey, this is Jonathan Terrell. Thank you for tuning into the ETX ROCKS Show.
So we are back with episode 257 with Lulu and the Black Sheep. And if you guys watch us, you know we like to play a game with our guests. Today we're going to play our favorite game, What the Heck. So Dave, you know what the heck is
What the
about?
heck? I remember doing rapid fire before,
Oh, yeah.
Rapid fire questions. This is a new game.
Yes, we've
What
got
the
a
heck?
new game for
Oh,
you.
okay.
What
So-
the heck?
What the heck? A new game.
So,
What?
The heck?
so the way this game works is I'm going to ask you guys a few questions, and what I need from you is I just need brutally honest answers.
Oh,
I don't think we
Now,
can
the
do that.
questions
We're good at
may
that.
be a little silly.
Usually
they may
sugarcoat things.
we're going to be good at this.
They may be a little silly, they may be a little serious, but that's what I need is honesty. So are you guys ready to play?
Sure.
Sure.
All right, this is going to be What the Heck with Lulu and the Black Sheep. All right, first question. Do you think that the Girl Scouts is really a cookie company that's getting away with free child labor?
Yes, in some ways.
Yes.
My daughter's a Girl Scout. Yes.
Yeah.
I think they're
Right,
training them to
answer
pick
that. I don't
pockets.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I've noticed, the Boy Scouts, they're constantly going on camping trips and learning these skills and, doing
Girl
all
Scouts do
these...
too. The Girl Scouts
Yeah, I
do
think
too.
Doghouse has canceled a show
Yeah.
before to go on a Girl
Girl
Yeah,
Scout camp out.
he's a Girl Scout.
Yeah. When I'm an
Kinda
Eagle
Siri.
Scout also. And
Good
the
dad.
Boy Scouts we did the popcorn sales is what the Boy Scouts do. When I was in Boy Scouts, we delivered phone books for money, which
Wow.
don't ever do that. It's like pennies to walk door to door and drop these, which but has
Child
phone
labor.
books anymore. Yeah,
Yeah.
free child labor. That's pretty much all summer long, just riding in the back of a pickup, putting all
While
his
somebody
phone
else
books
is
in
You
bags.
just
Dig
take
all
that
the
bag of
dollars.
phone books,
It
throw them in
was
the
awesome.
dumpster,
Yeah,
time
yeah,
the farm,
that's
go to the
right.
lake.
They come back. They come by and check. They come by and check. Made sure you did it. But yeah, so that happens in the Boy Scouts too. But the Girl
That sounds
Scouts
like
do
some
go
bullshit to
camping,
me.
and they do learn skills, and they earn badges and all that kind of good stuff. So.
So then, why are they trying to join the Boy Scouts?
Oh, I don't know. I guess some girls are. I guess some people are not happy with the curriculum of the Girl Scouts.
Yeah,
They
the
have-
impression I was given with that whole situation is that the Girl Scouts seem to have become more focused on selling cookies than they have about doing the camping
I
trip.
guess,
And this
I
may
guess it
be
depends on what troop
Travel
you're
that
in.
sugar.
Maybe-
you know what I mean? And that
maybe
could be
different
true
on
with the Boy
different
Scouts too. You got troops that the leaders just aren't as into it as other troops are. Like when I went to summer camp as a Boy Scout, I wanted to go goof off, and the first year my dad had gone with us as one of the chaperones or whatever. You got so many adults go, and he came back to camp one day. He's like, "What are you all doing here? You're supposed to be learning things. Go to your classes. You can't just hang out and goof off all day every day. So."
But I'm a kid. That's what
Yeah,
I
I
want
want
to
to
do.
goof off. Oh, I guess it's summer break. What do you mean? I got to learn more stuff now.
might as well be selling cookies, huh?
That's right. At least that's profitable.
But question number 2: what is better, to be born good or to overcome your evil nature with great effort?
Born good.
Sounds boring to me.
Born
Dad.
Yeah.
good. Better be born good.
No, Ever can.
What do you say? Choice B?
Yes,
You know what
B.
B?
B.
All right. Okay, question number 3. How do we really know that pet foods are the flavors that they advertise?
You eat them.
I don't.
You try
You
them.
taste test. You snail.
Because
How do we know that anything is what they say
Say
it is
it's right.
anymore?
How do we know
That's
that
right.
people food isn't really dog food?
Tastes like chicken.
I don't understand the pet food flavors for dogs and cats anyways, because I have seen what
Yeah.
dogs and cats are willing to eat.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they
Whatever,
definitely
that's right.
appeal to the person buying the food.
Right,
now.
yeah. Because the dog
Marketing
doesn't
works.
know, this is hamburger. This is
You want her to
bacon.
buy
Bacon
something,
flavored.
just make it teal.
Yeah.
She'll buy it, whether she needs it or not.
Truth.
So our dog's like, ooh, this is week old garbage. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Bacon
way better than
flavored
that
garbage.
Wait, it
food.
doesn't taste like filet mignon. I don't want that.
There's no rosemary in this.
Okay. All right. Next question. I lost count. If the number 2 pencil is the most popular, then why isn't it called the number 1?
Because it's the shit.
Yeah, I guess they can't write that on the packages for the school classrooms, so it's
That's why they
number
went with number 2.
Yeah, it's encoded, see?
Next question.
2. Why do you need an appointment to see a psychic?
But,
Next question.
That's right. We'll just leave that one right there.
All right.
Asked and answered.
That's one of those.
Well, this one kind of goes to like cultural norms and what's proper in society.
What are you asking these two for then?
Yeah.
We just have to
This
get,
is your guy right here.
well,
We're just going to set this one out. We're going to go have a smoke break.
so this question. How long is it appropriate to wait after getting your first serving of food before going back for seconds?
Till everybody eats. Till everybody has their first serving. That's long enough.
I agree with that. My rule for dinner with the family has always been everybody gets first before anyone
That's
gets
right.
seconds.
There you go. See, that makes sense.
Tell that I
Shoot.
live by that.
That's right.
He just gets a lot of firsts.
That's right. I'm just
Yeah.
first 4 seconds. That's all there is to that game.
Well,
just add the
groceries
seconds.
are expensive, and yeah, there's no seconds with us.
Yeah.
Make sure the seconds are on my plate with the first.
Yeah, there you go.
Seconds is called tomorrow's breakfast.
Exactly. That's tomorrow's meal.
The next question, and this is going to be for each of you to answer individually.
What the heck?
What the? Just say heck.
I go, what the heck? That's good.
If you could have any songwriter write a song that would encompass your life, the first part of the question is, who would that songwriter be? And the second part is, what would be the title of the song?
Oh.
You could just pick any of
Go
mine.
first.
You can just pick any of my songs.
Yeah, Alan's written songs about his life.
Autobiographical.
Can't pick yourself
I
as the
know.
songwriter.
I say Scott H. Byram.
Okay.
I'm picking Scott Byram, the dirty old one-man band from
That's
San
a tough
Marcos.
question.
And what would the name of the song be? Okay, it's going to be explicit because it's the dirty old man, the dirty old one-man band.
Does it have to be one of his songs?
No,
It'd have to be, I think it'd be Adios, Mother Trucker.
If he wrote a song about you,
Yeah.
Right,
what
yeah.
would that would be the title of that
That's
song?
it. Adios, Mother Trucker. Except for the trucker part.
Mm.
Would be something else.
Wow.
Tell us how you really feel.
One of us really knows who they are.
That's it.
I was just
This
wanting to
guy.
get it out of the way.
Deuces. That's him.
I don't know. That's a tough question.
You go.
I have no idea. I mean, I'm a facetious answer, but you know, it'd be Juvenile.
Rum
I
DMC.
sell crack. You know.
Vitamin D!
No, that was many years ago.
Is the chain out?
Oh,
No.
me now.
What just happened?
No, I don't. That's a tough question. I don't know whose songwriting I really identify with all that much. Go ahead.
Right now, I would have to say Possessed by Paul James.
Yes.
And the name of the song would be I Suck at Being on the Spot.
I could see him writing a song like
Suck
that.
at
Yeah.
being on the spot.
Or maybe that'd be more of a Daniel Johnston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, more of a Daniel Johnston
Yeah,
song.
no, that's for, Daniel Johnston, I Suck at Being on the Spot. That sounds just like a song that he would
Perfect.
write. Yeah.
Last question. So if 4 out of 5 people suffer from diarrhea, does that mean the 5th person enjoys it?
You know, I've enjoyed it a time or two. I mean, I'm not going to say it's my favorite thing, but it was, you know.
I've experienced relief from it before.
Yeah. You just got to look on, you just look on the bright side. Look at the good.
Or just don't look at
At
all.
least
Yeah.
I'm getting this
That's
out of
what I've
me.
learned
It
out of
obviously
life.
needs to be out of me. Let's get it
You
out.
always have to find a way to be grateful about every
That's right.
situation.
Yes, gratitude.
Of course, then there are those situations where you're on the toilet and you have the trash can too.
Oh, that's the
that's
worst. Like the
It is
food
the worst.
poisoning thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
you think you're gonna die.
Maybe the
worst.
5th person isn't suffering from diarrhea, but suffering from like everything,
Dystopia.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe they just don't
like
have
mass evacuation.
a bottom half of their body.
Maybe constant war where they live.
Because
or
that
something.
happens.
That was What the Heck with Lulu and the Black Sheep. So you guys are going to play another song for us called Mutiny Ship. So why don't you tell us the background on this song?
This is a song that Al wrote many years ago.
That's an old one.
Yeah, and he played it in other bands, punk rock and roll.
Yeah, and a completely
Yeah, I
different
played it more of a
style,
little
really.
rock and roll style. You
Yeah,
know? And she liked it and wanted to play it.
I love this song. Yeah, so I told him that it was mine now.
Yeah.
So this is Mutiny Ship by Lulu and the Black Sheep.
Looking back on my life, I see things I've done wrong. I try not to repeat it. I'll just beat 'em down and move on. Things in my life is so right, and it's going like it never was there at all. But it has been all along. Always there forever. Until the end.
Mutiny Ship by Lulu and the Black Sheep. So if people are hearing about you guys for the first time, where can they find you on social media?
We have Facebook page, and we have stuff we're on Instagram, and we have stuff on Reverb Nation, which is where you can find free digital downloads of our songs.
And that's under Lulu VanTuckett, right? Or is it under Lulu and the Black Sheep?
If you go to Reverb Nation, you can just type in Lulu and the Black Sheep.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and you have merch available?
Yes, we have merch. We have it. We've got T-shirts and hats, stickers, patches. I designed all those guys. And we have them at every one of our shows. We like to have, I've got 3 designs for the shirts. And I like to have somewhere around 2 or 3 designs.
Yeah, and we usually have some CDs. Right now, we just kind of burn the CDs ourselves and make some packaging. So, nothing fancy, but the music's there.
All right. And if a venue was interested in booking you for a show, where would you send them?
I would send them to either Lulu VanTuckett at mail.com or AWN.
AWN booking at gmail.com.
And what if somebody's interested in getting with you guys about some tattoo work?
They could hit us up through Facebook or through our emails.
Same emails.
Same emails.
And where can they see some of the artwork that you've already done?
My personal Lulu VanTuckett page on Facebook. And I also have Tattoos by Lulu VanTuckett on Facebook. And then Instagram, my personal page on Instagram. I've got a lot of photos there.
Yeah, I've got Alan Wayne Nichols, on Facebook and Instagram. And then we have another Instagram page that's Top Notch Tattoo Texas that has both of our work as well.
And that's on Facebook too.
Yeah.
And you definitely want to check them out if you're interested in getting some tattoo work, getting some more ink done. They both have their own unique styles, and they're both extremely talented when it comes to artwork for the skin. So you have been watching episode 257 with Lulu and the Black Sheep. You can find Lulu on Facebook at her personal page, Lulu VanTuckett. You can also find Lulu and the Black Sheep, and your tattoo one was?
Tattoos by Lulu VanTuckett.
And also Tattoos by Lulu VanTuckett. Guys, I really appreciate y'all coming out and visiting with us for a while. If this is the first time that you're checking us out, you can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That's at ETX ROCKS. If you're watching us on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. That helps us with the algorithms on YouTube, where it brings us up more and more into suggested videos, which also provides increased exposure for the artists that we have on the show, like Lulu and the Black Sheep. And it also helps you because this gives you first opportunity to find out when we're going to have an episode drop or when we have videos coming out. So you get advanced notification on what's coming up before everybody else finds out. As you might know, we are completely self-funded, so if you would love to contribute to us to keep this show going, you can do so at www.paypal.me/ETXRocks. And we really appreciate anything that you're willing to give. That helps keep this show going. It helps keep us able to get out on the road and to see the artists, to interview them on site. It also helps us upgrade equipment here. And we really appreciate everything that has been contributed. We also want to send a special thank you to Fred and Betty Gansel for their contribution to the show. We really appreciate that very much. And as always, we want to thank you for supporting live independent music. And don't ever forget,
ETX ROCKS!
That's right.
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow, of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX rocks, ETX rocks.